Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to start collecting Warhammer 40,000 boarding patrols, and today we're going to take a look at the brand new Tau Empire boarding patrol that just got revealed this past weekend and will hopefully be coming out very soon alongside the release of the Arcs of Omen Farsight book. Now, in this one, first of all, we get a brand new Commander Farsight miniature and some other awesome pieces that we'll go through and talk about each in turn, explaining what they sort of do and how you can build these units on the tabletop, before looking at some other options we can use to create some alternate army lists for the force here, and then showing you a little sample army list, putting it all into practice, and hopefully giving you some inspiration for starting your own Tau Empire army for boarding patrols. And so, as mentioned, first of all, we have Commander Farsight, an amazing new miniature. This is a really sweet mini. Now, there is some changes to Farsight, so he's going to have an attack characteristic of 3 in boarding patrols, which actually gets reduced down from his 5 he has normally, but he is going to have, the Dawn Blade, which can have strike or sweep, double his attacks. He can be absolutely brutal and lethal in there. Now, he's got a variety of different rules. So he's got the Tactical Acumen, where in your command phase, he can select a friendly Farsight Enclave's Crisis Core unit within 9 inch, and then that unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back, and each time a core model in that unit makes a ranged attack, you can ignore any or all hit modifiers for it. Now, Way of the Short Blade, at the start of the fight phase, you can select one friendly Farsight Enclave's core unit within 6 inch. Until the end of the phase, each time a core model in that unit makes an attack, you add one to their hit rolls. He's got a Master of War aura on him, where Farsight Enclave's core units within 6 inch. Each time that they make an attack, you can reroll hit rolls of 1. Enclave Commander, if your army's Battleforged, then he must be your army's Warlord. And he's also got a 4-up invulnerable save there, thanks to his shield generator as well. On top of that, he's got his high intensity plasma rifle, assault 2, strength 8, minus 4 AP, damage 3, weapon skill, ballistic skill 2, plus strength and toughness 5, 7 wounds, 3 up. So this guy is super solid. Now, joining him, normally you can't include jump-back troops, and obviously Farsight himself is a jump-back troop, but you can include both Farsight and indeed include Crisis battle suits, at least one unit of Crisis suits, or you can include a unit of stealth suits, and we'll talk about them in a second, as a unit in your force that just obviously don't benefit from being able to use their jump packs. But this isn't too bad. Your battle suits are a hyper customizable unit. You've got so many different weapons. They can be anti-infantry, anti-heavy infantry, anti-tank. Not that that is, needed in a boarding patrol game, but they have all these different options available to them. So many cool things. They're such a fun unit to put together. You can really make each one of these models absolutely individual. Now, you can't take any of the prototype systems inside of boarding patrol games, so that's worth noting. And you also can't take drones of any sort unless they're in a tactical drone unit. Now, on top of this, we also get 10 Fire Warriors, which can be built as either breaches or a strike team. First of all, we'll talk about strike team, because this isn't the one I think is the better one. Strike team's main weapon is going to be that they're equipped with pulse rifles. These are rapid fire 1, strength 5, minus 1 AP, damage 1, though they can choose to swap out said pulse rifles if they want with pulse carbines, which are assault 2, strength 5, no AP, damage 1. For me, the big unit to take though are the breacher teams. These are sort of what they're made for, is this sort of fighting. Now, breacher teams have pulse blasters instead, where they have 2 different firing profiles: close range 8 inch, assault 2, strength 6, minus 2 AP, damage 1, or strength 5, minus 1 AP, damage 1 at long range. So they are pretty good on the close quarter. They're also assault weapons, which is incredibly good for boarding actions. And so the last thing we get inside this box set, other than all the main sort of troops, is a bunch of different drone models. Now, we can take a variety of different drones, and like I said, you can't take drones unless they are in a specialized drone squad. But your tactical drone squad can have access to both shield drones and marker drones and gun drones. Pulse carbines based on them, assault 2, strength 5, no AP, damage 1, at a pretty cheap cost. They're a nice way to get a few extra shots into your force. Now, if we're looking at where to go next, first of all, stealth battlesuits. I mentioned you could take these instead of the crisis battlesuits if you want. So this is another alternate option you've got for your army. Now, stealth battlesuits, they can have, first of all, they're armed with a burst cannon, assault 6, strength 5, no AP, damage 1. Pretty good at clearing out hordes in a boarding action, but they can also be upgraded to have fusion blasters as well, which are assault 1, strength 8, minus 4 AP, damage D6. So better against some of those heavier vehicles. Though I think, for me, the way to go with them is probably the burst cannons in a bordering assault. They've got a variety of different upgrades on them as well. Much like your other battlesuits, any battlesuit unit in this army is just going to have options for days. You've got camouflage fields, which is a special ability for the unit where each time an attack is made against them, you subtract 1 from the hit roll of said attack, and each time a ranged attack is allocated to a model in this unit while it's receiving the benefits of cover, you also get a +1 bonus on top of any other bonuses. You also have infiltrators rules, so you can deploy 9 inch away from enemy units and do some nice forward advance moves. Now, the Pathfinders are another unit you can take alongside your drones, which you're going to get inside the box set as well. And so your drones here obviously going to be one unit option. You can either take them or a Pathfinder unit as a special fast attack option. Pathfinders are going to be equipped standard with pulse carbines, so assault 2, strength 5, no AP, damage 1 if they want to. They've got a couple of different rules. So target uploaded, this unit can start the fire marker lights action at the end of your movement phase instead of the start. And then Vanguard at the start of the first battle round, models in this unit can make a normal move of up to 7 inch as well. So they've got some nice pre-game movement abilities enabling you to sort of move up the board quicker. Now, obviously, combat is certainly something. So looking at the towers of dedicated combat friends, it is the Kroot that are definitely going to come into their own. Kroot Carnivores are a troops option we have access to. Now, they've got their Kroot rifle in melee is strength user, minus 1 AP, damage 1, so strength 4 is pretty nice with 2 attacks each. They've got each time a ranged attack is allocated to a model in this unit whilst it's receiving cover, you get +1 of your saving throws, much like the stealth suits, thanks to their stealthy hunter rules. And then you can also potentially take things like Kroot riders. Now, normally you can't take cavalry, but you're allowed to take 1 unit of Kroot riders, so long as it numbers only 3 models. Kroot riders are an elite choice for the force, and they bring, a nice little bit of extra combat. Kroot fist, minus 2 AP, damage 2, add a strength of 6 is pretty nice. And the Kroot gun as well, heavy 2, strength 7, minus 1 AP, damage 2. And so here we have our sample army list for the Tau Empire. Now, of course, we've got Commander Farsight in our list here, so we are certainly going to be playing in the Farsight enclaves. This is a pretty good one. So what we're going to get for this, each time a model is a tenant makes a ranged attack that targets the unit within 9 inch, target's treated as having a marker light token on it, and each time a unit with this tenant is selected to shoot or fight, you can reroll 1 wound roll for their attacks. So, some pretty solid benefits, but you get to include Farsight, which is the main thing we're taking this for. Now, Commander Farsight, obviously in the Force, he's going to be our Warlord. We then have a Breacher team with Marker Light on the Breacher Fire Warrior Shao Sui, and then Crisis Battlesuit. So, really, this is up to you on how you want to load them out. For me, I've just picked a variety of different weapons. I like target locks in particular. I think are one of my favorite upgrades on the units. That Iridium Battlesuit as well for the 2+ save on the Chasseur in the unit, I think is a really solid buy at 10 points. But like I said, the target lock, each time the bearer makes a range attack, being able to stop the opponent benefiting from light cover is super useful, especially in boarding patrols. And then, you've got air busting, fragmentation, projectors, fusion blasters, plasma rifles, missile pods, cyclic ion blasters. Like I said, this is just a fun unit to build. Build it how you want. And then we've got our tactical drone squad, 3 gun drones and a shield drone in there to help keep them alive. A nice little useful utility unit for your force. If you've got some ideas on the boarding patrol tower and how to use it in some boarding patrol games, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Well, that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also drop a comment down below letting us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel, either by Patreon, YouTube members, or by grabbing yourself some merch from either our Ko-fi or Teespring stores. All of those things are linked down in the video's description. As a special thank you to everyone who does support us via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising 8, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Conomos, Colorblind Magic, Daniel Everington, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty Stabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weird, James South, James Tillman, Dylan Areno, Gargamel 196, and Disco. Thank you all so much for your support, and special shout out to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel, and to everyone who helps run the channel, whether that be on the Discord server as our mods, on our live stream mods, or the guys that come around and help provide the battle reports for you all to watch. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.